Ladies and gentlemen, WWE has a very busy weekend as not only that they are doing Saturday night's main event, they are also doing Evolution. Evolution hasn't been done since 2018, meaning they haven't done this in like 7 years. I'll be going over all the matches that are happening on the show and making my predictions. So let's get started. The first match I want to talk about is the Evolution Battle Royal, and the winner will earn a championship match at Clash in Paris. This will have Raw superstars, SmackDown superstars, even NXT superstars on there. And I heard that there could be some TNA talent on there as well. So far, the names that I already know that are in the Battle Royal are Stephanie Vaquer, Ivy Nile, Nikki Bella, Natalia, Maxine Dupree, Lash Legend, and Jada Parker. I know there's a lot more, but those are the only names that I know that are in the Battle Royal. So, who wins this? I'm going with Stephanie Vaquer. The reason for that is that Stephanie Vaquer hasn't been seen on Monday Night Raw recently, so why not we just give her a push to the World Championship scene at Clash in Paris? Does she win the world title there? Who knows? But Stephanie Vaquer is my pick to win the Evolution Battle Royal. Now the next match I want to talk about is for the NXT Women's Championship. The current champion, Jacy Jayne, goes one-on-one with Jordynne Grace. Now, how do we get to this match? Well, it all started when Stephanie Vaquer shockingly lost the NXT Women's Championship to Jacy Jayne. So now Jacy Jayne needed a challenger on who faces her at Evolution. So, what they did is that they did a series of matches, and the winners of those 4 matches will head into a fatal 4-way match, and the winner of that match faces Jacy Jayne at Evolution. And Jordynne Grace was the one to become the number 1 contender. Now, who wins this match? I want to go with Jordynne Grace, but I think Jacy Jayne is going to get this victory. Why? Because she's got fatal influence with her. And this is a problem that I've been having with champions being in like factions and stuff. Whoever is the champion, they can't beat their opponent by themselves. So that's why I'm saying that Jacy Jayne is winning, because she's got fatal influence with her. So Jacy Jayne is going to retain the NXT Women's Championship, but not on her own. The next match I want to talk about is a no-holds-barred match as 2 enemies collide once again, as Jade Cargill goes one-on-one with Naomi. Now, they had their one-on-one match at WrestleMania. Everyone thought that this match was going to be the conclusion of this rivalry, but it was going to continue. Jade Cargill thought she was done with Naomi, but Naomi came in to make sure that Jade does not forget. And now it leads to here. Jade Cargill, Naomi in a no-holds-barred match. There's no countouts and there's no disqualifications. So who wins this? Well, if they're going to be doing a trilogy of matches, since Jade Cargill won the first match, I'm going to go with Naomi. Because she's Miss Money in the Bank, and usually, if you're Mr. or Miss Money in the Bank, you're going to be losing occasionally. But I do not want that to happen, so that's why I'm thinking that Naomi should get the victory, and this should elevate her as a heel. Now the next match I want to talk about is a Women's Tag Team Championship Fatal 4-Way match. It is Asuka and Kairi Sane, known as the Kabuki Warriors, taking on the Judgment Day's Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez versus Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair versus Sol Ruca and Zarya. Now the build to this match is that the tag team titles were going to be defended against a team from Raw, against a team from SmackDown, and against a team from NXT. On SmackDown, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair won a triple threat number 1 contender match to get the spot representing SmackDown. Now as for Sol Ruca and Zarya, they're representing NXT. Did they get announced last weekend or something? Because I did not hear anything about this until I saw Monday Night Raw. Now on Monday Night Raw, we had the reunion of the Kabuki Warriors. Obviously, Kairi Sane was taking on Roxanne Perez on Monday Night Raw, which led to the 2-on-1 beatdown with Raquel Rodriguez, and that's what led to the return of Asuka, reforming the Kabuki Warriors. Now who wins this match? Everyone is predicting that it's going to be Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. But for me, I'm actually going to go with the Judgment Day here. The Judgment Day should continue to have all the gold. And no, I'm not saying that, they should be like 2023 Judgment Day. Nobody wants to see that. But I kind of still want to see the Judgment Day with all the gold. Now the next match I want to talk about is a triple threat match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, the current champion Becky Lynch defends the title against Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. Now, we all know that Becky Lynch is the heel getting into this match, but there have been some tensions between Lyra Valkyria and Bayley. Many people are saying that Bayley could be the one to turn heel, but who knows? Whatever WWE plans to do is what they plan to do. The internet doesn't know it. Even I don't know it. So who wins this match? I'm going with Becky Lynch here because she won the title a month ago and she doesn't really need to hold that title for a month. And Becky Lynch is one of those women that makes the division feel special. And as for Bayley and Lyra, they could probably go ahead and feud and maybe do like a number one contender match at SummerSlam or something. I don't know. Now, I heard people say that this should main event the show. Will it? Now, the next match I want to talk about is for the WWE Women's Championship as Tiffany Stratton defends the title against Trish Stratus. And yes, I did hear the controversy about Tiffany Stratton, so I'll be talking about that in a future video. So the story is that Tiffany Stratton had to choose an opponent to face at Evolution. And I'm like, wait a minute. Why aren't we not doing like any number one contender matches? Like, come on. This could have been an opportunity for the SmackDown roster to step up and get a chance at the women's title. But no, they just want Tiffany Stratton to pick an opponent, which also affected Io Sky as well. So obviously Jade Cargill comes out to confront Tiffany Stratton, and Tiffany Stratton reveals her opponent for Evolution, turning out to be Trish Stratus. And yeah, they teamed together, but Tiffany Stratton wanted the opportunity to fight against Trish Stratus. So who wins this match? Well, since they have been teasing the Women's Championship match for months now, I'm going with Tiffany Stratton. The match that I'm referring to is Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton. Unless Naomi strikes and cashes in her briefcase and makes it a triple threat match, and it could have Naomi get the win. And since Jade Cargill is Queen of the Ring, and she has an opportunity to face the champion at SummerSlam, this could be the third match between Jade Cargill and Naomi happening at SummerSlam. So now we move on to the final match on the show, which I am assuming that this is going to main event the show. It is Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. And like I said in the Tiffany Stratton match, why couldn't they have the women from Monday Night Raw step up and actually fight to become the number one contender? And the story is that Rhea Ripley cannot beat Io Sky. Does Rhea Ripley finally beat her old enemy in Io Sky? So then this answers the question of my prediction, is that I'm actually going with Io Sky. Because I have a feeling that something big is going to happen with Io Sky heading into SummerSlam. And as for Rhea Ripley, well, who knows what WWE is planning on doing with Rhea Ripley for SummerSlam. And as for here, Io Sky is still going to be undefeated against Rhea Ripley. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are my Evolution predictions. What are your predictions? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, tap the notification bell for more videos. Follow me on Twitter at EthanSoyShow, and I'll see you in the next one.